All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk about this really powerful trio: containers, Docker, and microservices. We'll unpack how they all fit together and, why they allow teams to build and ship software so much faster and safer than before. So let's start with a frustration that, honestly, so many developers know all too well. You make a tiny change, like a one-line bug fix, a super small feature, but deploying it feels like this massive high-stakes operation. A team at Disney even talked about this. They had modular code, but even the smallest changes meant they had to redeploy their entire application. So what is really going on here? Why is this happening?
Well, a lot of the time, the real culprit is the architecture itself. In a traditional monolith, everything is tangled together. All the different parts are tightly coupled. They're sharing databases, libraries, everything. So when you change one little thing over here, it can have these totally unpredictable ripple effects everywhere else. Microservices, though, they promise something completely different. A world where every component is isolated and can be deployed on its own, turning that big, scary deployment into something simple and focused.
Okay, so that's the dream, right? Perfect isolation for every service. But how do we actually get there? Because look, if you don't have real isolation, you're just back to square one with the same old dependency nightmares. You might have separate code bases, sure, but if they're all still fighting over the same system resources, they're not really independent, are they? The answer, the key to unlocking this true autonomy, is a technology called containers. And containers are seriously a total game changer. Imagine a little box, a self-contained bubble for your application. Inside that bubble is everything it needs to run: the code, the libraries, every single dependency. But here's the magic trick. Unlike a big, clunky virtual machine, a container doesn't need its own entire operating system. It just shares the one from the host machine. That's what makes them so incredibly lightweight and super fast.
And just like that, a whole bunch of old, painful problems just disappear. I mean, we've all heard it, right? The classic, but it works on my machine problem. Before containers, you'd have one service needing this version of a library and another service needing a different version, and they just clash. It was a mess. By packaging everything inside the container, you get a guarantee that your service will run the exact same way everywhere.
And that efficiency, it's not just a small improvement. It's a fundamental shift. We're talking about running hundreds of these containers on a single machine. Compare that to, a handful of traditional VMs? This is huge. It's not just about saving money on servers. It completely changes the game for how we can even think about deploying software.
Okay, so containers give us isolation. Awesome. But wait a minute. Managing hundreds of these little environments, doesn't that sound like its own kind of nightmare? Well, it could be. And that's exactly where a tool called Docker becomes essential.
Docker basically gives you a standard way of doing things, a simple, repeatable workflow. It's like a three-step dance. First, you package your app and all its stuff into one single file called an image. Think of it like a blueprint. Then, you can ship that image anywhere, to your laptop, to a server in the cloud, doesn't matter, as long as it has Docker. And finally, you just run it. And you can do that with total confidence, knowing it's going to work the exact same way every single time. No more surprises.
Yeah, and this quote really nails it. You see, before containers, the whole idea of microservices was, well, mostly just a dream for a lot of companies. The only way to get that perfect isolation was to fire up a whole separate, heavy virtual machine for every single service. Can you imagine the cost? It was just prohibitive. And this chart really just spells it out. The cost per service with VMs was way up there. It was just too expensive for most organizations to even consider going all in on microservices. What Docker and containers did was slash that cost. They didn't just make it technically possible to do microservices, they made it financially feasible. And that changed everything. So, okay, we've got the technical isolation, check. We've got the cost savings, check. But there's actually a deeper reason, a more philosophical reason, why Docker and microservices are such a perfect fit. It's all about a shared idea of how to build things. The magic here isn't just about the tech specs. It's really no accident that Docker and microservices became popular at around the same time. They're both tapping into this really powerful, classic design idea that's been around for a long, long time. And that idea is this: do one thing and do it well. Simple, right? It's a classic principle from the old Unix philosophy way back in the 70s. And that is the guiding light for both. It's like their shared DNA. This focus on breaking big, complicated problems into small, simple pieces that each have just one job.
And you can see this play out perfectly. What's the best practice for Docker? Run just one main process in each container. And what's the best practice for microservices? Design each service to handle just one business capability. See that? It's the exact same idea. And when you build a whole system like that, it becomes so much easier to understand, way simpler to scale, and a whole lot tougher to break. All right, let's pull all of this together. What's the bottom line here? Why does this combination matter so much for anyone building software today?
So here's the rundown. You've got isolation. Containers give each service its own little bubble so it can be deployed independently. Then you've got efficiency. Docker makes it affordable to actually run all those little services. There's predictability, which means no more "it works on my machine" surprises. And it's all tied together by that philosophical alignment, the do one thing well idea. And the end result? Your teams can ship better software way faster and with a whole lot less risk.
Hope this explainer helped you connect the dots. If it did, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe for more. And maybe the next time you look at a really complex application, you won't just see the features. You'll ask yourself, is this built from small, focused, independent pieces all working in harmony? Because that one simple idea, powered by containers, is exactly how we're building the future of software.